It's already recording, bro.
Just like that?
Just like that. It's a quick one. Well, everybody, here's another episode of Heathens. Who is episode 5? Yeah, it's 5. It is with our creative producer, good friend of mine, Isiah Quiros. Quiros?
Quiros, I mean, good luck.
Quiros. Quiros.
There's very few people that have pronounced it correct in the history of time.
So he's been a member of Heathen since July last year, right?
June, July, yeah, something like
I
that.
think it was end of June because then Gabe came in mid July. So yeah, about end of June. So he's literally been a day one because we were founded May. So he's been like the first few weeks as a member, and he took the role. Not he took the role. I gave him the role of creative producer recently because he had this idea of Heathens update, and he had lots of great content ideas. So just like, what, fuck it. And the fact that he lives like 45 minutes away from me, which is dope as hell.
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't I didn't know that until like you guys actually said that you guys were from here, like from like near the bay. I was like, bro, that's what are the odds that I have teammates like literally close by. Well, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, honestly. I feel pretty good.
Yeah. What time
Yeah,
do you usually wake up?
dude, okay. So I usually sleep in until my body just wakes me up, and then I usually like go back to sleep again after that. So I'm usually up at like 11, 12, probably. Because I'm a night owl, dude. Like I stay up pretty late. Like last night I went to bed at like 3, I think. And I set my alarm for like 9 today. And I was like, whew, I gotta go shower or something because I'm like dead.
I mean, I slept at 2, like close to 2 last night, and I woke up at 7. 7, no, like I woke up at 7:45. Um, it just I'm a morning person, so I
You're
can't. And
lucky.
like around 10 o'clock, 10, 11 p.m. That's when my energy kind of gets lower. And then by like 1 or 2, I'm like, bro. I mean, at this point, like you
Yeah.
either crossing the line or not. I don't even know. I'm just fucking exhausted. But this platform is just to get to know you and for others to get to know you in a more not esport way, right?
Right.
So with that being said, who's Isaiah in comparison to who's Blitz?
I was actually talking to my girlfriend about this the other day. I feel like Blitz became almost like an alter ego of mine, just
Hmm.
because like I've never really been like a true gamer in my entire life. I only became Blitz because of COVID and the fact that I wasn't working much and I had so much free time on my hands.
Hmm.
I'd say personality wise, I'm probably the same guy on the game as I'm off the game. I always try and bring like good vibes and just trying to have a good time. I don't take things too seriously unless I'm like competing with you, I guess, because then I can get, in your ass and shit. But
Hmm.
I'd say I'm a pretty laid back guy. Um, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just like I played soccer my whole life. I went to college, I've already got my degree. Like, what else do you want to know?
I mean, what school did you go to?
I went to Academy of Art University in SF.
For how long?
3.5 years.
And then you got your degree of
Communications and media technologies.
right. And then you work at I don't know why I keep saying NS, but it's NBC Sports, right?
NBC Sports, yeah, at Bear.
How's that been so far?
I mean, the first year,
Hmm.
fucking great. I mean, when I first got the opportunity, I wasn't sure if like I necessarily deserved the opportunity. So I made it a goal of mine to earn it. And so I'd go in with the mentality that I needed to do a great job to deserve it and to stay longer because it was just an internship. So I was fighting for a job.
Hmm.
So I went in, tried to do anything I could do that day, like learn any job possible.
Hmm.
Put myself out there, even worked in the earthquakes division that was pretty much dead at that point. Kind of revived their podcast, helped run their social media and stuff. So I became undeniable and they had to bring me on because I just worked so hard.
Bro, you gotta be more specific. I was like earthquake division. I'm like, there was an earthquake division. Like y'all talk about earthquake, bro. The San, bro.
The
You
San
gotta
Jose earthquakes, man, come on.
Jesus Christ. And I was like, they have podcasts about earthquakes. I'm
There's
like,
no
damn.
shot.
I was like, Isaiah talked about earthquakes, bro. Like that. I would say why that's
Yeah,
dead. Like
man,
that.
the epicenter of last night's earthquake was
That's what I thought. I was like, wow, that made no sense. I can't believe he actually did that. So you've been around sports all your
Yeah,
life, with
yeah.
in relation to esports as well, because that's a different conversation in itself. But what got you into where you are today? Broadcasting and being an NBC, and I know we talked about that being your ultimate goal,
Yeah.
right? What got you into that? Like, what made you want to do that?
I mean, it all started at Academy of Art because honestly, that was never really on my radar, like at all. My whole life, I was driven to go pro playing soccer,
Hmm.
and anything I did in my life was tailored to that. So if I was getting good grades in school, it was because I wanted to play soccer. If I was getting good grades in school, it was because I wanted to go to a 4 year college to play soccer and then go pro. Like it
Hmm.
was all focused that way. But when I got to Academy of Art, we weren't necessarily the best team. I think Gabe mentioned it in his podcast too. We were not good. And I was,
Oh, so you were part of that team?
yeah, me and Gabe got recruited the same year.
Oh, he didn't say anything about. Oh, he just said he was in the team. I didn't think you guys were together in that team too. Wow, shit.
Yeah, me and Gabe were teaming from like age 12 to age like 20 when he decided to leave the team.
Damn. So
Yeah,
that's true best friend shit right there.
yeah, true dynamic duo right there. But yeah, we were not good. So after being a winner for like my whole life and losing that much, my passion kind of depleted just a little bit. And in the same time that my passion depleted, my passion for media kind of elevated just that much more.
Hmm.
I always thought it was pretty cool being part of it all and like learning what they had to offer there. But then I kind of started seeing like the possibilities I can do with it and the opportunities that were coming forward to me. And when NBC was presented to me, like my teacher came to me specifically and said, "I think you should apply for this." And I was like, in that time, I was in a really tough spot mentally. And I almost missed the deadline. And she like literally dragged my ass and fucking helped me with it, my resume, my cover letter,
Hmm.
interviewed me to practice like a million times. And that's kind of how that came up. And I was just so prepared that I ended up getting that job. But I was never really huge on media. I never really thought about it. But once I got to Academy of Art, I kind of realized it was where I had to go. It was my next step in life and just laid itself out for me.
When you were in the process, like you said that your whole agenda was to be in the pro soccer, right? A pro soccer player, sorry. And you tailored everything you've done from school, from regiment to training, whatever the case may be, your daily stuff. When I mean, sorry, if your experience in college was a lot different, would you have still pursued it? Like if your team was
I
up there?
mean, I think so, just because like I genuinely think I had like a good opportunity, especially if I was saying I was going to go pro in Costa Rica. Because when I
Hmm.
was when I was 17, we vacationed in Costa Rica, and it was just supposed to be like we're visiting family, we're just going to go to the beach and this and that. But I ended up getting an opportunity to train with the top pro team there in Costa Rica. Their under 17 team, and then their under 20 team when they thought I was good enough to play for that team. And they liked me. I was only supposed to go to one training, but they kept telling me to come back. And unfortunately, my vacation ended. So I never really got to see where that opportunity could have led me, but I think I
Damn,
could have made that team. And then that team leads straight into the first team. So if
damn.
I had fully committed right there, I think I would have gone pro. But I didn't because my mom always stressed education and just how important it is to get a degree. And in the long run, she's right. I 100% agree with her. But if everything had gone the way I had imagined it would go in college, then I think I would probably still be trying to pursue it. But I don't think it was ever going to be my end goal. And I never knew that until I got to Academy of Art and learned about, media and what I could do with that. And I knew that that was the crossroads in my life. And I needed that crossroads to get pushed into the right direction.
As I mean, that's a phenomenal thing to hear because a lot of people don't really, sometimes they hear or they see what they want, but that's not really what they want, right?
Yeah.
It's a state of mindset, or it's like, oh, that's what I want to do, but because there's some external factors that pushes you to go towards that way, right? I said I wanted to be a nurse, but because a lot of people is telling me I should be a nurse, it's not really
Right.
what I wanted to do. It's just kind of what happened. When was Academy of Arts your first choice, or you applied
Um,
to other
I mean,
elsewhere?
I applied to a whole bunch of colleges, but I had to go to a JC at first just because of lack of money.
Hmm.
But then Academy of Art came out with probably the best scholarship offer I had, and it was in San Francisco, so it was like close but not too close.
Yeah.
So it was honestly like the perfect mix because like I always wanted to live in the city. I did want to be close to home, but not too close because I needed that freedom.
Hmm.
And then they offered me the best scholarship, so I can't really complain about that. So I took it.
Did you room with Gabe?
Yeah, we were roommates the first 2 years.
So it was you, Gabe, Andrew. Was it Andrew or Drew? Dino?
We call him Dino. I've never called him Andrew in my life.
Let's call him Dino. Dino and one more, and Des, right?
And Des, yeah, we were all roommates
That's
our
fucking
sophomore
dope.
year. Yeah,
That's fucking dope. And then a lot of people, I guess, see SF being like very expensive, which it is,
it is.
right?
Yeah,
And y'all split an apartment, what, 2 bedroom or 1 bedroom? It has
it
to be
was
two
a
bedroom.
it was a 2 bedroom,
Two
but we were
bedroom.
still all paying like close to K a month.
Yeah, I mean that's just the economy of San Francisco, man. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just the real estate of it all.
I
That's
mean,
why it's fun.
without my scholarship, there's no way I'm staying there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, but you
Yeah.
stayed there your entire time, or you after your sophomore year you moved back
No,
home?
we decided to move in together our sophomore year just because like we were really annoyed with the dorm situation
Hmm.
and all the rules in place, and we just wanted our own spot to like throw parties and stuff. But we quickly realized that like at least for me personally, like the dorm life was much simpler. That's when me and Des kind of decided to go move in together in the dorm. And I think that was when Gabe left. And then Dino, I forget what Dino did, but he went off on his own too. But it's just more complicated having an apartment. You have to clean it constantly, you have to pay rent every month. Like living in the dorms was just a simplified version with like less freedom, I guess.
Yeah, I could say that firsthand. When we first moved out here to our apartment, it's like I wasn't one to be a clean. Like I can handle certain mess, but like moving in, I was like at least having our own spot. I was like, I gotta clean this, I gotta vacuum that, I gotta clean the
Yep.
bathroom, I gotta clean a damn toilet. It's like it's not even a chore. It's like I have to do it. It's
Yeah.
only because like it's our place. Like
Our place of living. Yeah.
I gotta keep that shit clean. Like I want to be comfortable moving around. I want people to come in and like, oh shit's clean, right?
Yeah.
Rather than like stressing out like, oh fuck, we got guests. Clean the whole thing. When you were in this state of like going to college and stuff, did you ever thought you'd be at this point of being an esport?
No, definitely not. I mean, especially if you think back to like college, like the amount of time I played video games is probably very bare minimum. And if I
Hmm.
did, it was just like messing around playing Rocket League or playing 2K with Dez and Gabe. Because
Yeah.
I would never play like shooters or anything like that. Like I was never really good at them. I like playing COD. I played some titles over the years, but I was never really good at them. And then when I started playing in COVID, like I was not good. I kept like every time I'd get off on the game with Gabe, I knew how good Gabe was. So I was like, all right, guys, like don't expect anything from me because I'm really bad at this game. Like I would like tell my friends beforehand like how bad I am so that they wouldn't be disappointed.
I always do that too. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm fucking horrible. Like, don't expect anything from me. You're,
Yeah.
you're gonna carry my ass the entire way.
But then, little by little I got way better, obviously. And then, I get the opportunity with Heathens that I never really expected because being part of an organization was never really on my radar either. But I'm glad it happened.
Well, what was your first thought when you heard the name? I actually want to know about that one. Like,
Black
what?
Heathens?
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot. I almost forgot.
I was like,
I almost
I don't know.
forgot. Jesus
My
Christ.
my first impression was, I don't know, why black?
Because okay, originally my wife said heathens,
Yeah,
and I was like, I just don't want to name it heathens though. Like,
yeah.
she was like savage, and then we started saying anything in front like savage
Anything in
heathens.
front? Yeah.
Didn't work. Something fear. I think I said feared heathens didn't work, and then she was like, "Oh, just put black heathens." I was like, "That's nice. That actually sounds nice. Fuck it, let's do it." And
Yeah.
then that same, like, I think that same night, like I did the whole Fiverr thing, the whole process. I told the designer of the logo, I'm like, I want Viking shit, the axe, the fucking hood, the beard, all that kind of thing, like savage shit. And we came
Yeah.
up with the logo, and it worked out well. I told him I just wanted black, white, silver. Um, and then along the way, the name just kind of got a little more. I guess people were like, "Why Blocky?" So, and they started
Yeah.
incorporating shit. I was like, Fucking
Yeah.
just drop heat. Just drop
I
the name.
mean, in this climate, man, like it wasn't especially since we were getting a lot bigger too, and more people were
Yeah,
seeing it. They're just like
motherfuckers
Heathens
trying
is
to
just
cancel us and shit.
yeah, Heathens is just more of a household name, man,
Yeah,
and not putting it like a color in front of it like just helps. I feel like,
and
but
now it's
yeah,
like a very unique name when it comes to an esport. Like,
exactly.
fuck is heathens, man. With your day to day right now with COVID,
Yeah.
how did that transition from like being in a normal state of like going to work, regular this, regular that, and to like cut off, no fucking, no interaction, no going to work, stay your ass home. Like, how did that affect you in a negative or a positive way?
I'd say early on in a negative way. It was
Hmm.
made me extremely anxious because I was fresh out of college. I was just looking for an apartment. I was working a lot, and I had just applied for a full time job at NBC that I was pretty much a shoe in for.
Hmm.
Like it was the same job, just a better title and with
Hmm.
benefits and all of that. And then it hit, and then you don't hear from your boss from a couple of weeks, and then you don't really know what's going on. I don't think I saw my girlfriend for the first week either because we didn't know what was happening. So it was just a stressful time and that much like isolation. I had nothing to occupy my mind,
Hmm.
which is why I ended up turning to video games. And I'm really appreciative now. I mean, obviously, you don't want the COVID year, but I'm
Yeah.
appreciative for what it gave me in terms of this gaming organization and the extra time I've gotten to spend with my girlfriend. Like I don't think I'll ever have this much free time again. So I'm trying to find the positives of it. I definitely think in the beginning it was really tough for me, but towards the end, I've grown to appreciate it a little more.
You've hit it in the nail where you said you got to spend time more with your girlfriend, right? And I always stress this out whenever someone said like, how was your COVID year? And I said it was bad for a lot, but personally for me, it was eye opening because it didn't. Yes, it affected a lot of people,
Yeah,
but it should have been a way and a realization for everyone that time is short and to always be grateful of who you have in your circle and in your corner, right? It's it's giving me the notion of like I should have spent time more with my mom, with my grandparents, with friends and family, because times like this we didn't expect for
yeah,
us not to be able to see each other. Now that's rough, and I'm always going to be grateful for at least that perspective of like time is you got to cherish the time that you have at all times. Not like you said, like you're grateful for having time to spend with your girl, with your family, because God knows you're not going to be able to have this much free time at
exactly.
all, right? In the next few years, because everything's going to pick up, and your work has picked up, right?
Yes and no. They said I can come back in December. I've worked a total of 8 days since then.
How does that work? I don't understand that. How does that work?
Dude, okay, so they brought me back, worked 3 days, and then in the new year, I didn't hear from them for the first month. Like I don't know how much I want to broadcast this, but I just wasn't getting replies back, honestly. And I then another 3 days would come up. I would work those days, and then the same thing. Like a health hazard came up, which I understand, but then
Yeah.
I didn't get any replies again for like 3 weeks, and then I worked the last 2 days like last week, and I haven't heard from them since. So it's kind of like when we need you, we'll call you type of thing. But it is a little unfortunate for me just because I'm working just enough to where I can't get unemployment, but I'm
Hmm.
not working enough to make enough. Like money is like my income right now is not where I want it to be. It's like the most uncomfortable I've been during COVID, I think money wise, because in the beginning I was just collecting unemployment and chilling, like no
Hmm.
big deal. But now I have to like, since I'm off that, I have to like work consistently. So I've been like door dashing in between like my shifts at NBC and stuff just to make a little extra pocket cash. Not that I need it because I'm staying at my parents right now, which I'm super blessed to be doing, but I don't know. It's an unfortunate situation right now.
It is definitely is, and it's oh, some people come up and say like, yeah, man, like financially, it's just not it. I mean, it's gonna come. There's gonna
Yeah.
be a time in today, either 2021, 2022, where everything is gonna pick back up, and you kind of wish you did it because it's gonna come rushing. It's gonna come fucking flying a wrecking ball, where it's like, okay, vacation is over.
Yeah, right.
Like get the fuck back to work 5 6 days a week. We got to catch up on projects. We got to do this. We got to do that. And the main excuse is going to be, well, we were behind because COVID, so now we got to fucking pick it up and start working and start doing this and producing. Do you see yourself being in that space for a long period of time in the media side?
Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to set up shop for my career, to be honest with you. I mean,
Mm,
if things keep going well with NBC like they were beforehand, like if I can get straight back to it once things start getting a little more normal, yeah, I'm for sure going to set up career there and just work as hard as I can to continue climbing up the ladder. I don't think you climb up the ladder too quickly there, but the fact that I was already interviewing for a full-time job after just a year of being employed by them was really good for me. And I
mm-hmm.
think I was about to get a good on camera opportunity as well, like filming some packages for the earthquakes and stuff. So if I could start doing that, developing my reel, I feel like I could eventually be on camera as well, hosting like Warriors pregame show in the next like 5 10 years.
Dude, that's oh, I can only just imagine like me going to a Warriors game and I just see you. I'm like, bro,
Hell
that's my guy right there, right there. That's him. I just
yeah.
I just go down the stands and I'm like, I'm gonna dap you up while you're in the middle of the interview and I get kicked out. I'm like, wait, no, he knows me. He knows me.
Yeah, the security is like pulling you back. I'm like, oh, he's good, he's good.
Yeah, he knows me. I'm a homie. Relax, relax. I'm just nice to see him. I mean, that's dude. That kind of mentality is gonna get you there, and I think that's what a lot of people are missing is that if you visualize it, that means there's going to be a chance it's gonna happen. You just gotta take the first step and get it there,
Yeah.
right? You taking your time, you're doing Heathens update, you're doing this. The more you are on camera, the more you're gonna feel comfortable, and then the more you're gonna be on YouTube, and eventually there's gonna be a resume itself
Yeah.
where you're like, have you had camera time? Let me link you a whole fucking 30 episodes of my shit, and then they're gonna see you broadcasting and you're gonna see you doing the new stuff, and you're like, okay, well, it's not actual like physical sports related, but it's esports.
Yeah.
You're broadcasting what happened last week and the last month or whatever the case may be, and it's just gonna build it for you, right? What's beside I guess beside your career wise, what's next for Isaiah? And what's next for Blitz?
What's next for me personally is I want to find a spot for me and my lady, of course. But obviously that comes with working more. I need more steady income and feel safe enough to be able to move out because you know how it is. Like
Hmm.
shit's expensive. So
Hmm.
that's definitely the first thing I want to do when things get settled down and I start working more is I want to find a place for her and I. Um, what's next for Blitz? I don't know. I try and do as much as I can in terms of gaming and streaming. I'm not really like huge on the competing anymore just because like
Yeah.
I don't want to be practicing every single day and I'm tired of all these kids with egos, man. Like I'm so sick of it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just want to keep producing content for Heathens as much as I can. I mean, I like once you gave me that title, like you said, I think I routed off like 15, 20 ideas we can do. I just want to start getting to work.
That's crazy because like in the next few weeks, what are we in? Yeah, we're halfway through the month, and I think we're like what 3 weeks out, maybe a month out for us to actually produce content in real life,
Yeah,
and I think that's going to be not a game changer in a sense, but it's going to be a okay, it's going to be a game changer in our area because
it's gonna be a game changer.
no one does
No
it.
one's gonna do it. Yeah,
Everyone's just online buddies and shit. But I'm like, no, no, no. We actually hang out in real life. We do these things together outside too. And then we just kind of produce it, right? I am personally grateful for you for stepping up to the plate, right? You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do all these things. For one, you didn't have to stay all the way through today. Like you could have just after that stint with Modern Warfare, you could have just dipped, bro. Like you could have just left after the game ended, you could have just left. But for some reason, our communication grew, our relationship grew along with everybody else, and I think that's what's that's what separates us a lot from other people,
yeah,
is because we have that connection, right? And then we still add on newer people,
right.
right? Uh, you brought up with Dez, and I'm like, I can't wait for Dez to be part of us. Um, I don't know if he's actually gonna watch this. Maybe
52 streams deep already, dude.
I mean, he's by heart, he's already part of us. Only because,
Yeah,
for one,
by homie association.
by homie association, he's one of us. But he's gonna be. Did I just leak something? Did I
Yeah,
just wait? Did I just?
we might have to bleep that or something because I think you did it. I
Fuck!
mean,
I
you
didn't.
like somewhat leaked it, and I didn't want to say anything.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to. Honestly, didn't mean to.
I mean, you just do some fancy
Yeah.
editing, bleep
I
that shit, you
I just gotta
chilling.
bleep it. Yeah. God damn it, dude! I did not. I was talking about Dez and I lost track of the conversation because I thought I was like, oh, we were just talking about Dez. I
We're
didn't.
just talking, yeah.
God damn it. Okay. All right. It's gonna bleep that one because it's too early. But I'm excited for that actually. I mean, you guys already teased the 5'9". Hopefully it is 5'9". It really depends on the whole process because right now it's fucking delayed as shit.
Yeah, we gotta
So
get moving.
gotta get going, man. But that really ends the episode. Don't go anywhere. Uh, I will stop recording, but don't go anywhere. For those who's listening, I appreciate you guys for tuning in for talking about this episode 5. I do have more, there's a lot more heathens to talk to. He's literally the fifth person out of like 35. Like there's more, and I
Yeah.
want to do it every week. So there's a lot more people you gotta get to know. But thank you, Isaiah, for stopping by. He has he has 2 episodes of Life in a Day
Yeah.
with heathens. That's
My
where he
vlog, please go check it out.
his
I
vlogs. I think he is 6 episodes in. You've
think I
given
sent you
me
like 5 or 6, yeah, something like that.
your
But
sixth episode.
one's outdated as hell. Like one's Valentine's Day, so you can't really post that anymore.
I'm still gonna post that. I don't give a shit. This is what happened a month ago. So, hey, thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for stopping by. Y'all have a good one.
You too, man.